All right, so what is PlayFit? PlayFit is based on this simple idea that if exercise were fun, more people would do it. It's sort of like gym class for grown-ups, but with all the bad parts of gym class, because a lot of people have really bad experiences with gym class. But in this case, just like in gym, people are going to learn to play about 5 different games. For each, they're going to learn the key skills. There's 2 to 3 per game. We're going to have drills, skills, and then we're going to play. All the games we're going to play, there are 5. They're slightly modified versions. So we change the materials, we change the rules a little bit, so they're easier to play, and importantly, no one gets hurt. It's really supposed to be the polar opposite of league play, where winning is really the main focus. PlayFit emphasizes fun over pure competition. We have no whistles, no cleats, no set teams. And all the design decisions are around that goal, fun. We emphasize 3 rules. Number 1, play the ball, not the person. Number 2, keep it friendly. And number 3, just have fun. So here's some questions that come up along the way. What if someone's sore during or after play? And the rules for this are fairly simple. If you're sore during play, you should really stop so you don't make it worse. And so soreness after play, though, is very common. So it's sort of like a badge of courage. As long as it's not too bad and you show up and you're feeling okay, a little soreness is normal. Question, what do you do if you see people pushing each other, being rough? So during the break, I would talk to one of them and remind them to, keep it friendly. That's one of the 3 principles. Let's play friendly. You might also want to consider switching the players so they're actually on the same team and may not cover each other then. Another question that comes up is, what if there's a close call? You're not a referee. So whenever possible, just say, if it's close, we're just going to do it over. Do-overs are a great way. They get rid of disagreements and they quickly keep things moving. So is it your job to bring water? No. Make sure people bring their own water. That's a lot to carry. But how will you get the gear? The gear is going to be stored in a storage unit not too far from the field. You'll have the key and an address. And after you're done, please return the gear to the storage unit unless you're going to be the person using it next time. But you do take the chance that maybe you'll have trouble and have to hand it off. But how will the sessions run? 5 steps to running a session. First, show up 5 minutes before the hour and put the cones out to mark the field. You can leave 5 minutes early if you want to. Second, as people show up, people should partner up and play catch with the toy of the day. Encourage them to play catch, whether it's a frisbee or a soccer ball, whatever it is, just play catch. After 5 minutes of that, step 3, do 2 3-minute drills to get people more warmed up, and so they can keep learning the key skills so they can feel competent. Step 4 then, after that, choose sides randomly, give one side the pennies, and then step 5, play 3 game periods with a 4-minute break between. The game periods start out being 6 minutes long. After 2 weeks, they go to 8 minutes long. And after 2 more weeks, they go to 10 minutes long as people get a little bit more fit. You're going to need to set a timer for the periods unless you have some magical ability to keep time that way. So how about if someone shows up who's not part of the study? They can't play. All the people are screened. This is a science project, so you can't just have anybody. How about weather? We're going to be outside, so weather's going to be an issue. We're asking everyone to download the Weather Channel app and set a favorite to the location you're going to be running, the field. Click on the star to the right of the location and save that location. You should also set the Weather Channel app for storm warnings and lightning warnings. But to be double sure, I also downloaded the My Lightning Tracker app. Again, both of these are free. And this one automatically adjusts the notifications for lightning to where the phone is at any one point in time. But if it starts raining heavy, or if you see lightning, or you get a storm warning from the Weather Channel app and you look up and you can see dark clouds moving, just cancel it. If you showed up, you can then submit your hour for being there. It takes a lot of work to cancel it, so that should count as work. We know that. How about cleats? A lot of people wear cleats, but we're asking people not to wear cleats, but the players may not have gotten the message, so you might have to reinforce that, or at least tell them next time don't wear cleats if they just show up with cleats, right? Because cleats are really the opposite of the spirit of the game. We're trying to have fun here, and cleats are really about competition. And honestly, if someone's wearing cleats, no one can play barefoot, which would be really awesome to see. But what if there are too many players? Again, a good problem to have, but if there are too many players, I would just skip the drills, do a quick catch, and go right into the play periods and just play as many periods as you can to run out the hour. And also, you'd also want to have as many people playing as possible on the field, and then rotate players in every 3 minutes. You want to set a timer so you can organize this, but that's important if there's too many players. So a big question is, what if a player's injured? In that case, please encourage the player to call the study, 717-531-4417, to let us know. Because it's not your job to report injuries. It's medical information, and that's protected health information, so that's not your job. But one of your jobs is attendance, so how should you keep attendance? So attendance is a good reminder. We are doing research here, so taking attendance is key. It's one of the measures in this study. So everyone's going to get an attendance sheet, and then you can put the names on there because they're going to be known and they're not going to change from week to week. And I'll ask everyone to snap a photo of the attendance sheet after each session and email it to me. We're going to collect the attendance sheets, but this photo will serve as a backup in case the attendance sheet is lost for some reason. Because again, keeping the data complete is really important in a research study. And you're going to get a small packet that's going to be kept with the gear. It's going to be with the gear. So the packet's going to have the Penn State insurance policy, the attendance sheet, and little cheat sheets for each game. So you can just pull the sheet out for the game you're going to be playing, and it'll help remind you of what's going on. But what if you can't make it? And we're going to be using an app to organize the instructor attendance, and so we're demoing it now. I can't tell you what it is. We're looking. But as soon as you know, you're going to use the app to put the word out that you can't come so somebody can sub for you. So a big question is, what should the instructors do during the games? And really, I'd like the instructors to play if you can. You can play in the warm-up catch. I think that's important to set an example, but probably not in the drill. During the drill, you're going to want to use that time to give attaboys and point out what people are doing right, because your job is to teach them just a few skills so they can feel competent. But during the play, you should play if you can. It's easier to lead from the field than the sideline. And honestly, you can get a good workout too, and you know it's designed to be fun, so it might be fun for you. So when we show up and we're going to shoot videos, what are the 10 things we want to see on those videos? Because we're going to review them later, and it's one of the measures in the study. We're going to be looking for 10 specific things every single session. The most important 5 are social. First, we expect the instructors to be friendly and enthusiastic, especially when people show up. Seem like you want them there, right? Number 2, we expect the instructors to often give positive feedback for skills, behaviors like effort or sharing, or for making progress. Give a lot of attaboys. People love that, and it helps them know what to do. Number 3, we expect the instructors to engage in some small talk, especially early as the group is getting to know each other. It's going to be a group of strangers at the beginning, so small talk really helps. 4th, we want the instructors to give the bare minimum of corrective feedback, like, hey, make sure you play the ball and not the other player, in the case that maybe you see people playing a bit rough and getting physical. So a little bit of negative feedback is okay if there's a ton of positive feedback. Number 5, we want the instructors to learn the names of each player and refer to them by their first name. This is really important because it's going to help everyone else learn each other's names. A key goal here is making it fun and making it a fun and social time, and it's very hard to do that if you don't know everyone's name. Hey, you over there. Hey, blue shirt, So get to know people's names, and then everyone else will learn and hear them too. But there's 5 things we want to see on the video also that are really more procedural and much simpler to get right. First, show up 5 minutes early and get the cones and field set up. Second, we'll be asking whether the instructor did the right drills and the right game. So if you're supposed to play soccer, don't play ultimate frisbee. So stick to the script. Remember, it's a research study, so we just need to keep it a little rigid, a little consistent, so everyone is doing the same thing on any given day. The third thing we're going to want to see procedurally is, did the instructor choose sides randomly? This is such an important thing done wrong in many gym classes, but it's the only way to equalize the skill. Fourth, did the instructor encourage tired people to take a break? This is just like ice hockey. We want people to take breaks as soon as they're tired. I know some of you are thinking, who needs a break after 6 minutes? And honestly, you're going to be really surprised how much sweating will happen in only 6 minutes when you haven't been working out in a while. Because most of the people in this study are going to not be fit. We actually excluded people who were exercising too much. And number 5, so the 10th thing total, the 5 procedural, is, did the instructor encourage people to cover players of similar ability? If some real beginner gets stuck covering the best player on the other team, it's just going to be frustrating for everyone. So encourage people to cover people of similar ability. And if you see it not doing right, something simple like, hey Jenny, it looks like you've played this before, so why don't you switch with Allison and cover Sarah? Because you're about equal abilities. Something like that would do it. And when you're done, the most important thing to do when you're all done at the end of the session is take 2 minutes and spray 8 dots of white paint on the field. You'll have a can of white paint in the kit. These dots are really important to help us quickly get the field set up, because we're just not going to be able to paint our own lines. Not to mention it takes a lot of time. And so if for any reason though, if you're not sure what to do during a session, please call my cell phone, 610-585-9765. Put me in your contacts, so just in case. But we are really thrilled that people want to do this, especially the instructors, to take a risk on us here. And honestly, if it's as fun as it's been in the pilot studies, this really should just be a heck of a lot of fun for you. And also though, it's a work in progress. So if you have questions after this video or after any day or at anything you're not sure of, email me, cs19081@gmail, so I can share your question with others, because our goal is to make the instructors successful. And so that's a lot of talking. I'm sorry it was so long. Now let's go have some fun. Thanks a lot.